Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for checking out another episode of Kenny's Record Collection. It's been a long time. I know it's been about 6 months since I made a video, but as you can see behind me over here, it's Halloween time, and you can't have Halloween without some Misfits. So one of my viewers, Steven Imison, forgive me if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, he requested that I make a video about Walk Among Us. So I said, that's a great idea. I've never done a Walk Among Us based video. I've shown Walk Among Us records in my videos before, but I never did a video specifically about this monumental album, the first official Misfits album that came out. They had recorded 2 albums before Walk Among Us, Static Age, which didn't come out till about 18 years after that. And also 12 Hits from Hell, which really never officially came out. It was released and then retracted before its real street date. So there are some copies of 12 Hits from Hell out there, but nope, not official anymore. So Walk Among Us came out March of 1982 on Ruby Records, which is a subsidiary of Slash Records, an early independent punk rock label, which put out the Germs' first releases and X's albums and a bunch of other stuff. So Ruby Records was a smaller imprint of Slash. And this is it right here. This is the first pressing of Walk Among Us. Awesome cover. Pink background with the pink Misfits logo. It's surrounded in pink. This image of this rat, this winged rat, is from a movie called The Angry Red Planet. And these flying saucers were from another movie called Earth versus the Saucer Men. I'm a big, sci-fi horror movie fan, but I've never seen either movie. Let me know if you've seen these movies. Really cool image of the Misfits. You got Googie, Danzig, Doyle, and Jerry only. Really a badass photo. Here is the back cover. It's got all the classic songs. 20 Eyes, I Turned Into a Martian, etc. All Hell Breaks Loose. Vampira. Nike A Go-Go. Right? Hate Breeders. Live version of Mommy Can I Go Out and Kill Tonight. That's actually also on the Evil Live album. It just goes on and on. Night of the Living Dead, which of course is based on the movie Night of the Living Dead. Skulls, Violent World, right? Devil's Whorehouse, Astro Zombies, which was another movie in the 50s. And then you got Brain Eaters, which there's actually a video for. It's really low budget and really cool. You could find it on YouTube. And yeah, really cool. I believe there's members of the Necros in there and a couple other... maybe some members of SSD, or I can't remember. It's definitely some cool hardcore related people. You got a biblical quote over here, which is very similar to the biblical quote from Number of the Beast. It's just kind of different wording. And then you got all the credits remixed by Danzig and Chris D. Chris D was, I believe, he was heading Ruby Records, but he was also a member of the band the Flesh Eaters, and they had put out a few albums. They're like punk band. Chris Dejanian, I believe is his name. And then you got all the info for the Fiend Club, every other, in Ruby Records. There's no barcode on this whatsoever. And original copies of this, I have the... cool collage, photo collage of a lot of It looks like a lot of their time that they spent out in California. You have a Hollywood Walk of Fame picture here. A lot of photos from different shows, not 100% sure, and also of who took the photos. You might recognize that. That's on the back cover, or a version of that is on the back cover of the Misfits 20-track record, or the Misfits Collection 1. Got a lot of great photos. I think I'm looking at the screen here. There's a photo here with Harley Flanagan of the Cro-Mags, and a couple other guys. I'm not sure. I can't remember who they are. Scream at me in the comments. But yeah, really, really cool. And you got all the lyrics over here. Later versions of this, I believe it's more of a papery. This is like a glossy insert. And highly sought after is this insert. It's a Fiend Club insert where you could order earlier Misfits releases. You got Bullet, Horror Business, Night of the Living Dead, and also some t-shirts. You could also order a Who Killed Marilyn shirt. Is that for the shirts? Yeah. Anyway, it's just interesting that a record label would allow this to go in, because the record label wouldn't have been making any money off of this at all. All this was going directly to the Misfits. Ruby Records later got picked up by Warner Brothers. So later releases here. This came out in 1988. This is my childhood copy. This was the only way that I could access Walk Among Us. It was a re-release. Original versions or copies of Walk Among Us were long gone. Apparently, they made between like 5,000 and 10,000 copies. Danzig claims it was like 15,000 of the original, but the label claims no. But, you know, the label's probably going to lie because they didn't want to pay the bands. This is the later release. You see the purple background with the green outline. And apparently the original version, the band was not happy with that it was just one flat pink. So I guess they wanted to redo it in later versions. And also the second pressing is a purple background with the pink outline. I don't have the second pressing. That's sought after. Some differences here. You got a barcode. The barcode's not on the original. And also down here in the, there's mention of Warner Brothers. Whatever, it doesn't, you know, that's just... But a lot of people feel that this is the best sounding version of Walk Among Us. I mean, I've never, like, A-B'd them to really compare them. But, I mean, if I was going to play a copy, I would play this because it's not as rare or valuable. That first pressing is quite valuable. So, you know, I would throw this on. I do have much later versions of this, which I'll get into in a minute as I go on and on. See how the inner here is more of a paper. It has no gloss to it. And same, you know, same layout, same pictures. Really cool. I used to stare at this. I just like look at these pictures all day long and just think how cool the Misfits are. I didn't show you the label on the original, but I guess I'll show you this first. This is the re-release, of course. You got that ruby fist, which I always thought was really cool. And it's very hard to see, but in this imprint here, the letters EAST are embedded. You might be able to see it better on this side. I'm not sure. They're literally like pressed into the actual vinyl. It says EAST. Really, you know, it's just nerdery. Let me show you the original, how it looks. Very cool. I love that. Again, it was just ruby. There's no association with Warner Brothers, so it says Ruby and Slash on here. Ruby at the top, Slash down at the bottom. And another really cool thing that I have relating to Walk Among Us, if I could find it, because, you know, I'm really always ill-prepared. I do these videos on the fly when I have an extra few minutes and when my dogs aren't barking. As you know, Plan 9 was the Misfits personal label. This is an original, I forgot what it's called. It's not a lobby card or anything like that, but this is a promotional piece for the movie Plan 9 from Outer Space, the Ed Wood classic. Now, who's that there? That is Vampira. She was a horror host named Mala Nurmi. She was the original horror host who, like, Elvira basically kind of took over the whole vibe from. But the Misfits song Vampira is all about her. You know, 2-inch nails, micro waist with a pale white feline face. Look at that, the waist. She's got the, you know, the really, really cool vampire goth style. And this is her autograph. Vampira Mala Nurmi. She was the original horror host on TV in LA. She would host the show and they would play horror movies and she would, you know, make little puns and jokes like about, you know, graves and all this stuff. Like later on, a few years later, there were hosts like that on every major station in the country because of the monster craze. Universal Pictures released all of their movies out to TV stations. These were movies that were 20, 30 years old. And new generations of kids got to, you know, learn about these old movies. And that's how, you know, Glenn Danzig got hooked on horror movies because they would play them on TV on Friday night, Saturday night. So Vampira, she hosted the show. It got canceled. She had made, at the time, she had appeared in this Plan 9 from Outer Space, which is a low-budget movie by Ed Wood. Bela Lugosi is in the movie. And it's basically a train wreck of a movie, but Vampira's part is very cool. You know, she just plays this ghoul girl is her character. You know, she just comes out with her arms like that. She's got this 17-inch waist, you know, like crazy, really, really freaky. So check that out if you can. It's a big part of the Misfits legend and lore. So she kind of like dropped out of the scene for a while. And when the Misfits went to have their record release at a place in LA, I would think it was LA or Hollywood, whatever you want it to be, a place called Vinyl Fetish. They thought, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we could get Vampira to come to the record release? So they went to her house. They found out where she lived, and they went, creeped around. And I believe they left her a note. And she found the note, and she came to the show. Came to the record release at the store. And, like, they were, of course, like, holy shit. But very cool. Really cool of her to do that. Now, I'm going to move on. I'm just going to show you a couple more pressings. They're nothing really impressive. This looks just like the first pressing. Very, very similar to the first pressing. The only things you could really find that are different, and you got to look close. So don't get tricked by this. If somebody puts this up on eBay and they're like advertising it as a first pressing of Walk Among Us, always look. It says misfits.com. You got to be careful though, because it looks very similar. It feels different though when you know, if you hold it in your hand, you could tell it's a heavier weight. The vinyl is, but it looks very similar. And also the insert, the lyric sheet is that flat paper again, but the vinyl is heavy. But guys, it looks a lot like the original, so you just got to be careful and you got to pay attention to matrix numbers. But it's cool. I mean, if you don't care about having an original, grab this one. It came out in 2009, and I think it was a Hot Topic exclusive. They put out some colored variants also, if that's your thing, if you want to find. But I mean, again, you know, it's so similar to the original, except for how it feels. Just looking at it, you know, with your eyes, you're not going to realize what it is. All right, I got 2 more, and then I'll let you guys go to go live your lives. These were put out by Earache, like 5 years ago. They put out like 6 different colors. And, you know, this was the first time that another label had gotten hold of Walk Among Us. I don't know, whatever deal they cut. I don't think I ever opened these, so I'm not going to show you the colors. They're still sealed. This one is called Martian Green. Like, I turned into a Martian. Really cool. I mean, whatever. These are like even not so attainable. They're probably like $100 now. Again, you got the barcode on here. At least there's a barcode, and Misfits.com, plus all this other gibberish and Earache. Keep your eyes peeled. You know, I'm telling you, this Misfits stuff. Now, this is really cool. Certain copies came with this great Eerie Von photo, which is also on the liner notes. Really sick. I love this photo. I also have it framed. I keep it hanging over there. Really, really awesome. It's heavy cardstock. You can hear it. It's heavy duty. It's not some crap. It's like a real print. Moving on. So yeah, now this one. This is the purple. You tell me, what the hell do they call this color? Devil's Purple. I love it. So yeah, you know, and they also switched it up. They have the green outline of Misfits. So the original version, pink outline, pink cover. Second version, which I don't have, purple background, pink outline. Third version, which was my childhood copy, purple background, green outline. Then the Hot Topic re-release, almost dead same as the first version. And then you got this pink background, green outline. So yeah, that's it. Do I have anything else to show you? Oh, if you're still here, I do have an unboxing, and it's Misfits related. I've been sitting on this for like months. Of course, because it's not something that I'm going to listen to, because I have like 6 other copies of it. If you're still here, yeah, I ordered this from Amoeba. So let's go. Let's see if I can open this. These pull tab things aren't really that great. Let's see. I'm going to destroy this box because I'm recording and I don't want you people to get too bored. Boom, boom. Okay, ready? All right, look. We got Earth A.D. This is the purple version of Earth A.D. And I'm going to open this up for you right now. This is RSD, whatever. I don't like. I'm just like, I'm not a record store day person. I do not like manufactured collectibles. Like, you know, record store day is, they're making collectibles, just stamping things out, calling it a collectible. Like, in my opinion, a collectible is something that you buy because you love it and you hold on to it. And 10, 20 years later, it becomes valuable because it's so cool and they didn't make it to be saved. But yeah, so Record Store Day is great. It's great for business, which, you know, record stores, I love. But, you know, buy the cool stuff. Buy the original stuff. I'm fucking destroying this. I don't care, though. Come on. Bear with me, guys, please. I know you want to see this purple vinyl, how cool it is. Hold on. Give me 1 second. This video is long enough as it is. Another minute or two is not going to make a difference. Stand by. Stand by. All right, I'm back. The sleeve is so flimsy that you can't. All right, so you got Earth A.D. If you really look closely at this, the artwork is kind of blurry. It's not as crisp as the original. Very cool. Look at this, translucent purple. I do like this. I'm glad I got it. And you know, to tell you the truth, the label, it looks like they actually kind of printed the artwork on the label. Like a lot of the original pressings over the years, the artwork degraded. So this appears to me, just on first glance, like they actually maybe redid it somehow. I don't know. But yeah, that Mad Mark Rude artwork, always, you know, so cool. So yeah, that's it, you guys. I mean, grab one of these if you can. It's very cool to have. I mean, just not the biggest fan of new stuff. So yeah, that finally wraps it up. Coming in at 22 minutes. Hopefully I didn't bore you guys. You know, it's just a lot of stuff to take in, a lot of information. Have a happy Halloween. Listen to some Misfits. You know, crank it, you know, enjoy it, and get into the spooky season. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. Please leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about Walk Among Us and any other info that you have. I would love to hear it. I love talking about this band. You know, there's so much to go over. So yeah, have a great Halloween. I'll talk to you soon.